Hi, I'm Diane Dayton, and we're coming to you live from the 33rd Annual Boscov Berks Jazz Fest here in Reading, Pennsylvania. I am with right now internationally known guitarist and also professor at the Thornton School of Music at USC. Thank you for being here.
It's so nice to be back.
Yeah, and you know, it's been years since you and I have talked.
Indeed.
And you've been up to a lot. And some of those things is, well, let's talk about the release that you have out right now. That's
Okay.
pretty exciting.
Yeah. So this is a single. Everybody's releasing singles now. So this is the third single in a row I released, and it's called Groove Assets. And I work with my European partner, Tico Pierhagen from Amsterdam. And it's been tearing it up on Sirius XM watercolors.
Oh, excellent.
And they've been really wonderful about playing the other ones. So I'm getting back into the groove. I've spent a lot of time over in Europe, and the United States has been one of the stars in my constellation, but hasn't been as much of a emphasis.
Yeah, you've been all over the place with master classes, and you have a community around the world where you go. I mean, London, Australia, I mean,
Yeah.
Greece and Italy. Yeah, families. Yeah.
They are families. It's like, I don't look at Greece as being this savvy sort of, franchise. It's Vasilis Rakopoulos. He's a fantastic musician. I go there and we usually do about 2 weeks of master classes and concerts. And of Holland is Tico Pierhagen and Sietzel Hausman, and Australia is Greg Suter. And I go and I do a combination of master classes. I play my music with their big bands, and that's a lot of fun. I teach them how to get funky. And
Yeah.
so, we laugh, but big band jazz is a specific kind of a thing. And to be able to take what I think is really particular to Los Angeles, it's the pocket and groove, and then be able to teach that to a bunch of trombone players from Tasmania.
Yeah.
From a teacher's standpoint, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, speaking of teaching, you have some marvelous students that have come through your program.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Reeve Carney, who's Grammy and Academy Award winner for Hadestown. He was also Spider-Man on Broadway. Also an amazing guitar player.
Wow.
His little brother Zane, both students of mine, was John Mayer's last guitar player, and is doing so well as a singer-songwriter. But I have students with Michael Bublé, and co-writing with John Legend, and bands called Knower, which are amazing bands, all kind of in my neighborhood of Northeast Los Angeles. And then Ryan Lerman, who's in a band called Scary Pockets.
Oh, wow.
And they're amazing. And so, yeah, I'm very proud of what we've done. And then also Molly Miller, one of our doctoral students, is now teaching at USC, and she just headlined the Stanford Jazz Festival. So she's doing amazing too. So we're spreading it around the genders,
That's
which is important.
That's good. How long have you been a professor?
I've been a tenured full professor for 20 years,
Wow.
and I've been at USC for 40 years. I started when I was
You're really little. Right, okay.
grad student.
Yeah, that's got to be so rewarding for you.
It is.
Teaching and watching how they develop.
You know what's neat? The Academy, I come from a very big academic family. My uncle was head of humanities at MIT, and his wife was head of philosophy at classical philosophy at Tufts, and my cousin teaches existentialism at Oxford. So it's the family business.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I love about it is the innovation. So we're teaching pop. I mean, pop is, the conservatory is still the conservatory,
Right.
and I've been waiting my whole career for popular music to come on board. So that's a lot of fun, and that's one of the things I do all over the world, is help people develop their popular music programs.
Yeah, and going to different communities like Greece and Italy and other places we've talked about too. There's a warm reception for you there too. They embrace you, don't they?
Yeah, it's really great. It's a different audience. They have more, I would say, more eclectic. They might be listening to classical music on the way to the venue, and then all of a sudden you introduce them to tango or smooth jazz or something like that, and they remember you. And it's kind of like, the neat thing is everybody's talking about how many hits they can get and how many streams they get and everything. But really, being out in the business and talking with a lot of label presidents and some who are old friends, It really gets down to playing, people digging you so much that they want to see you the next time you're in town, and tell all the friends, and building a community that way, the old-fashioned way, rather than just doing hits and ticks or whatever they, YouTube, whatchamacallits.
Yeah. Well, you've been playing guitar for a long time, and you got really inspired at a concert when you were young, didn't you?
Well, you remember this story from last time. It's my favorite story about.
It is good. It's good.
It's actually, I went to a Chick Corea concert, and Al Di Meola knocked me out. He was 19 and I was 14, and I rode my bike home that night and broke up with my girlfriend and said I've got to spend the rest of the night and actually the rest of my life practicing. And within a year, I was playing professionally, and I got the girl back. So
well, there you go.
It's a win-win.
So for those of you thinking that you'd like to take up, music and do something, you can have music and the girl.
But it's a great thing to tell the class, because that was my thunderbolt moment. If you remember The Godfather 1, where Al Pacino falls in love with Apollonia, his bodyguard goes, he got hit by the thunderbolt.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with anything, art, music, science. And I make sure that my students are working on that.
Well, I think what you do makes you happy. But also tell us what else makes you happy. What really makes you happy?
Wow.
What's in your heart?
You could have set me up a little bit, I could prepare notes and things like that. What makes me happy is playing music with great musicians and great friends and playing great music. And today we're going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing it in about 45 minutes with Greg. But the band is so special. Nick Milo was Joe Cocker's music director for 8 years, and I tour the world with Nick now. And Herman Matthews is pretty much an undisputed top dog of drums. I mean, we have a lot of drummers coming to the gig today. And, it's just a very special band. Everybody's like from Tower of Power and Earth, Wind and Fire and Joe Cocker. And so it's a real all-star.
Yeah,
so it's really wonderful. You'll see me up there, and I'll be really, really happy.
Okay, well, that's what's important. I can't wait to check that out.
Thank you, love.
So, just a reminder, we've got merchandise here downstairs when you go see the shows. And don't forget, we also have a great educational program with Berks Arts. You can get some of the posters as well and be a part of it and donate too. Thank you so much for taking time, Richard.
Thank you, Diane. It's so nice to see you again.
I really want to hear you play. So don't forget, 3 o'clock today here at the DoubleTree by Hilton in downtown Reading.